you've got to step up and try this out and tell us what you think.
This is nice and smoothed out.
And maybe explain some of the features that you have learned to like, especially since you rode the board today, right?
It's subtle. That's what I like about it most, is it doesn't feel obtrusive. But there's a lot going on. So there's definitely a pronounced flat spot right here.
Yeah, it should be going from here all the way back to here. It's 9.5 inches of flat.
And it is a totally flat plane that's right in this area. So if I'm pushing, I'm stepping on flat surface that's slightly tilted towards my toe. So I'm pivoted forward with my heel up in the pushing position.
Yes.
And then it's got a nice subtle pocket down
I tried to widen the pocket a little bit so the ball of your foot can get further down. Can you feel that?
Oh yeah. From here to here, so in this area, it's definitely at the lowest point, which is at the ball of my foot. And then there's just a slight raise towards the tips of my toes. And it locks my heel in really nicely too.
Yeah, I think with this new feature, it's made that end of it a whole lot better.
Yeah, you can definitely feel the deck rise between here and here pretty aggressively, which really captures your heel.
So see what this feels like right here. Right.
Whoa! That nose is nice too, just to camp out on. It's a nice ridge to push against.
But you have to remember that's gonna
the
cut.
gooseneck for
Yeah,
the
that's
truck.
the gooseneck for the truck right there.
So right here is really flat too, because that's where the truck mounts.
Yes.
Okay. I can definitely tell there's a significant height increase between this point and this low point.
Oh yeah. But this point right here is even lower.
Oh wow, yeah. Between here and here, it makes a pretty aggressive decrease in elevation. Wow, that really traps your foot down there.
So what do you think of that W? Is that just right?
That's just right. So these shoes are pretty flat-footed, and there isn't a lot of thickness between the sole of the shoe and my actual foot. So I'm getting a really good feel on that W, and it's just enough to apply a little bit of pressure here on my arch.
The concept of the W is that it's just to provide a foundation, and if you want more, then it's your discretion. You can put down, duct tape or grip tape underneath to just a few layers to bring it up to what your preference is. But this is kind of like the skeleton that you can build on, right?
Yeah, it's really nice because this pocket right here really cradles the ball of your foot. And there's a really nice heel walk down.
So how does it feel to pivot your foot around this curve right here?
It's subtle. I remember one of the early ones we made, it required a map in order to navigate because it had so much real estate that it consumed there in the back portion of the deck. But now it's totally rideable from here to here. Really doesn't make it difficult. In fact, it really helps control your foot sliding and prevents it from getting away from the deck, and it actually
Keeps it in that zone, right?
It's really weird, actually. It really helps keep your foot in the sweet spot. Huh. That's way cool.
That is what the whole inspiration starting the project was. So I'm glad it's working.
Yeah. You can swivel your foot and it returns to the exact same spot every time. I'm not even really forcing it. I'm just twisting my foot back and forth and it literally goes right back to the same two places. Huh. That's way cool. Another truck mount location.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh yeah, and a sweet kicktail. That feels way nice. It's really bowl shaped. Got a nice spoon platform going on in there.
A pretty aggressive torture bend there.
Yeah, this is gonna be interesting to see how the wood takes it.
Yeah.
Feels really good though.
I know the Baltic birch can take it. The issue is going to be when we go to the 16th inch birch, because there's more room for the individual veneers to buckle.
Puts a lot of compression on certain plies, huh?
Mm-hmm. So we'll see how that works. If not, I mean, it should be easy to address.
I really like that bowl shape that's going on here.
Mm-hmm.
There's a really nice pocket right there to be able to slide back into and push back on the tail and bring the nose up super easy. It's confident inspiring to have such an aggressive feature to...
Yeah, so the idea of, one of the ideas of this is, so this is where the wheel cutouts are. The wheels are right here. So you can't realistically slide your toe across the deck to find it because you'll hit the wheels. So what you have to do is you have to lift your foot up and bring it back.
And you want to have a nice landing pad.
So you want to be able to just move your foot back and hit something without having to worry about hitting the wheels. And that's why it's really high up and it just grabs right at the right spot.
Yeah, it feels way good. Spot on! Jolly good show then. Top shelf. Well, cool. I'm excited to make some boards and get out there and rip them around.
Yeah. So we're just doing all the very final stuff. I'm even flushing up the edges because I'm going to be building the box around it to pour the concrete. And that's part of what this is. This is a key. You see it's circular pyramid shaped so that as the positive concrete mold comes down into the negative, it'll align itself and then center itself. And that's going to be kind of the anchor that the rest of this mold relies on to line itself up.
That's pretty cool. Common trick in matched die mold making.
Mm-hmm. And I haven't seen it in other like production longboard or skateboard manufacturer, but I think the reason why is because they have a much better press, so that the actual male and female presses don't have an opportunity to slide around and move because they're completely fixed.
Mismatch.
Yeah, but ours is our hydraulic setup is a little bit more ghetto than that. So I believe that this keyway will be really useful.
I believe the correct term would be low tech.
Sweet. Well, I'm excited.
Yeah, me too. This has come a long way, and we've made several different prototype versions. So it'll be exciting to add another board to the stable and be able to ride the entire evolution and be able to pick and choose what features have evolved or devolved or been eliminated to really understand how these boards have developed.
Well, what's really interesting too is this feature I just added right here, this just aggressive concave near the center.
Yeah, that was yesterday.
Yeah, that was like just last week where I rode an older board and I was like, this is gone in the newer ones and I need it back. Right?
Yeah.
So
that's aggressive.
You can't really see it on the camera too well because it's so modeled. But
it's there.
if I grab this thing here.
I assure you.
Oh yeah, you can see that. Nice aggressive there.
So yeah, stay tuned. I think the concrete pouring is going to be really cool.
Yeah.
That's going to be an innovative way to make a very robust press system without going to a lot of, sophisticated materials.
The one cool thing that would be really fun to do with a concrete press is to do with the one we talked about this before, where we just dig a hole and then pour the concrete. So instead of building this out of like wood and all this fancy bondo, we literally just make it out of mud and dirt. And then pour concrete on it.
And
yeah.
then once the concrete halves are created, you can just use that to press decks.
Yeah.
I like that approach.
Yeah. But this is pretty good too.
Yeah, I guess this works. I guess. So yeah, stay tuned. We'll be doing some radical stuff. Playing with some concrete.
All right. Longboard technology.
Over and out.